Hello everyone. Welcome to another class to go. This is the first class to go I have in November. I'll have another one in the middle of, or in the second half of November. But this one, we are using the Peace on Earth bundle. I love this bundle. I have used this bundle a fair amount. I've used it a ton actually in the last 2 months. The dies are spectacular. There's an embossing folder that goes along with it that we'll use tomorrow. That is just gorgeous too, and I have used that embossing folder almost to death. I love it. So we are going to make 4 really fun, gorgeous cards this week. They are not all going to be Christmas. I know that it's already November. By the time you get this kit, it's probably going to be close to the end of November. And so you might not have time to make Christmas cards by the time you get this kit. And so I'm aware of that. So it's called Peace on Earth. There are other greetings in here that are great for year-round. There's like a sympathy greeting. There's a big hugs for a good friend, heartfelt prayers. These are great for all throughout the year. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make 1 Christmas card. We're going to do that today. But the rest of the week are going to be kind of all occasion or other cards that you're going to send to friends. So if you want this class to go, all you need to do is place an order in my online store. Minimum order of $50 before tax and shipping and after any Stampin' rewards that you may apply. It needs to be a minimum of $50, and I'm going to send you the class to go for free. Now, if your order is at $100, you're going to get the class to go for free, and you're going to get 5 bonus cards for my basket. Those could be any cards. They may not coordinate with the stamp set. They're just cards as a free gift to you, as a thank you gift to you. And you can use them either as inspiration. You can hold on to them, kind of copy them as inspiration, or you can use them to hand out to your family and friends, whatever you want to do with them. Now, if your order is over $150, you're going to get the kit, the 5 bonus cards, and you're going to get a free package of the embellishment that we're using on all the cards this week. And this week we're using the Rhinestones, and the Rhinestones are probably one of my all-time favorite embellishments. So we're going to use the Rhinestones. And so let's go ahead and get started. So that's $150. Now, all of these totals, remember, $50, $100, $150. That's before tax and shipping on one order. And after any Stampin' rewards that you may apply. If you place, like 2 $75 orders, that's fantastic. I love you. Thank you. But to get the specific, bonuses, it does need to be on one order of that amount. Okay, I hope that makes sense. All right, let's jump in and get started on today's card. Isn't this gorgeous? So we're using Crushed Curry, which is not typically a Christmas color that I would generate to, but I actually love it with the gold. And this is a super simple card. We're using some DSP that is made for fall as well. So it is going to be a super fun little card that we're going to make. And this one is quick and easy. You could definitely mass produce this one if you needed to. The DSP that we're using is called Gathering Together. But I love this pattern. And I thought this pattern looked very Christmassy. This didn't look fall to me at all. The plaid with the gold looked very Christmassy, and so we're pulling in that Crushed Curry. But this one also, I think you could really pull off for Christmas. But it is a fun DSP stack, so that's the Gathering Together. You hit the camera. Hold on. It's a wild ride. All right, so other pieces in your kit. So we have a Crushed Curry card base. I have a piece of basic beige, which is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. Now remember, all the measurements are in the video description, and they're also linked on my blog, or listed on my blog as well. So you can check that for all the measurements. All right, now the DSP, I'm going to show you guys. Let's bring in our original card. So I had a piece of DSP that was 5 1/4 by 4, and all I did was I marked it at 1 1/2 on the bottom left, and I marked it at 1 1/2 on the top right, and then I just cut it diagonally. So this is the same piece that I just used, and we're going to use it for this card as well. And the same went with this one. So I had a piece, 5 1/2 or 5 1/4 by 4, mark it at 1 1/2 on the bottom left, 1 1/2 on the top right, and then just slice it in half, and you end up with 2 pieces. Now you could do it this way. If you wanted the plaid on top, it doesn't matter. You could do it this way. Because they're marked at the same, it's the same, it's symmetrical. So when you slice it in half, you get the same dimension, same card. Okay, so that's our DSP. I've already done my die cutting from the dies. We have a label that is in Crushed Curry, and then the smaller label in Basic Beige. Now you will receive cardstock to do your die cutting. If the dies are in that Peace on Earth bundle, I won't do any of the die cutting. If the dies are outside of that bundle, I will do the die cutting for you, but you will need to do the die cutting and stamping in your kit. I also have a white dove, and then I have 2 gold sprigs from that bundle, from those dies. Okay, let's go ahead and stick these together. We're going to adhere these down. Let's look at that. Now that is very fall for sure, right? But it is gorgeous, and there's gold on those. So if you love crafting for fall, this is a great DSP. It's gorgeous. But I thought that we could definitely make this work for Christmas too. All right, so this is going to have a very thin border because the basic beige piece that we're adhering this to is only 1/8 of an inch larger. So it's going to be a thin border, but we're going to make it work. Oops, let me go this way. I want to make sure that this edge gets lined up. Perfect. There we go. Beautiful, right? And quick and easy. If you're still mass producing Christmas cards right now, this is a good one. Good one to make because it's nice and quick and easy. And you could do this DSP thing with any holiday DSP that you might have. So look through your stash. I know that we are all paper collectors, right? Collecting and using craft supplies are 2 completely different hobbies. You may thrive in both of them, or maybe you are just a collector, and that's okay. There's no shame in that. That's totally fine. All right, so we have our card base. Let's put that aside. We're going to go ahead and adhere our labels to each other. That's going to go right on here. And I love these label dies. I've used these a lot too, and they add like a fun little edge. I don't know if the camera will pick that up, but they have like that fun little edge on them. So pretty. Okay, let's do our stamping before we move on to the rest of our card. So I have crushed curry ink, and I just have a strip of white, and we're going to do the peace, love, and joy. And I'm going to just stamp that, and I'm actually going to stamp it upside down because the top is a nice flat edge. There's the comma that kind of loops down on the bottom there. So I'm going to do it right against the edge upside down so that I know I'm getting it nice and straight. Okay, perfect. All right, let's move that ink pad out of the way. We're done with that. And I'm just going to grab my paper trimmer, and then we'll just trim this out. Just like that. Great. And let's trim the edges a little bit. Perfect. So we have our greeting ready to go. All right, these little scraps we'll get rid of. All right, now we can start assembling. All right, I'm going to grab my liquid glue. You could also use glue dots. Actually, you know what? I think I will use glue dots instead of liquid glue. For my little sprigs, I'm going to put a glue dot just on the bottom. If you want to add some liquid glue to the top to kind of secure it down, but they're going to kind of hang off the edge. I did consider cutting these from adhesive sheets, but because they kind of hang off the edge, you really want to be careful about using adhesive sheets because they'll adhere the whole thing down. Okay, dimensionals on the back of our label. Let's put that on first. We're just going to center that top to bottom on our DSP. And then I'll go ahead and put 1 sprig. And I wanted to put the label on first because if you add the sprigs like too far over, they might, exceed the boundaries of the card, and you definitely don't want that. So we're kind of looking at the bottom below half. And we'll do another glue dot on the back of this leaf. Let's pick that up, and this one's going to go kind of this way. And I'm kind of trying to position them so that the greeting will hide the stems, which I think we are good. I think we're there. All right, now for the greeting, I'm just going to cut a little edge of my dimensionals here, just 2 little edge pieces. And we're going to put 1 on each side of this greeting. It's going to kind of straddle that that label. The label's already popped up on dimensionals, so you want to make sure that the edges of the dimensionals are popped up too, and I just want to make sure that we're covering up those stems in the middle and any of those glue dots, and we'll just adhere that down. Perfect. Easy peasy, right? We have a dimensional for our dove, and that will just go on just like this. So beautiful right now. Can you imagine how gorgeous this would be with a number of DSPs? So many different Christmas DSPs that you could use, and I'm sure that you have some maybe right on your desk right now that you're looking at that you could definitely make this for. All right, let's go ahead and add some rhinestones because that's what makes it sparkle. And that's it. And that's the card, you guys. So this one is definitely a quick one. If you're still making Christmas cards and you need to mass produce them, this is a great one to do that. It's a nice pop of yellow. You don't see a lot of yellow Christmas cards, and I love it. All right, guys, so that is day one of my Peace on Earth class to go. Remember, if you want to get this class to go, all you need to do is place an order in my online store. Minimum of $50 before tax and shipping, and after any Stampin' rewards. There are bonuses if your order is at $100 and $150 in one order. Again, before tax and shipping and after Stampin' rewards. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel so that you never miss a video. I'll be back tomorrow with another Peace on Earth card, and it is gorgeous, and it's a fun fold. So you'll definitely want to join me. All right, guys, see you then. Bye.